Hello, everybody. Welcome to 4 Deep Sports Talk here at the news station, 1320 AM at WAR 3 Attleboro. I'm Justin Ferreira, and now a quick word from our sponsor. This segment of 4 Deep Sports Talk is made possible by the generous support of Diesel Direct. Diesel Direct, the national fuel resource in 46 states, boosts a fleet of over 900 fuel delivery trucks. 4 Deep Sports Talk would like to congratulate Diesel Direct on its 25th year anniversary. Thank you, Diesel Direct, for your unwavering support, helping us provide a platform for high school and youth athletes in southeastern Massachusetts.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Hi, everybody. I'm Dominic Damiano. We do have a call. I was about to promote it. Should flash any minute. There it is. And perfect timing. This should be the District 7 Commissioner, Belinda Keith. Belinda, is that you?
It is. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? We're just setting the volume on the phone and making sure everyone can hear you. So how's it going on? Wait, now, where are you right now, Belinda?
Right now I'm at my older son, at my son's double header in West Roxbury, and then I'm going to head over to the 11 state game.
All right, so before we get on that, they'll introduce themselves when they ask you the questions. You know my big mouth, so you don't have to worry about recognizing my voice. But I'll let them. They're gonna ask you a couple of questions, and like I said, please brag, and it's all about promoting District 7 Little League. All right, good, Jan.
All right. Hi, Belinda. This is Justin Ferreira. My first question for you is, how did you get introduced to Little League?
So I have a 31-year-old son who played Little League over in Taunton East. And then, so I've always loved baseball, so he played. And then I had a daughter. We tried her. She wasn't into baseball. So then I had another son who's now 16. He played 1 year at Taunton East, and then we moved back to Bridgewater, where he started to play baseball over there. So I coached T-ball and stuff, and then here I am now. We had a district administrator, Bob Stearns, who ran District 7 for many, many years, who passed away back in 2019, and they were looking for a district administrator and a coach that coached my son. Was like, oh, you should do it. You'd be good at it, and here I am now.
Well, I'm no stranger to T-ball. When I was little, my dad coached me when I played T-ball.
See, it's nice, right?
Yep.
Hey, Belinda, I'm Vincent. I just want to know, do you have a background in softball or baseball at all growing up?
I played some softball, but I was, believe it or not, more of a cheerleader, which I did coach over at Top Pop for many years. And but I did play some softball, but not like a lot. I gave it up, and I just always loved baseball.
You got to have the patience for it, that's for sure. The games can definitely drag on. Oh,
you definitely got to have the passion for baseball to watch the full game, definitely.
So one thing about Belinda that I've known, and I've known her a long time, is that she's a very humble young lady, but she's a stickler to get stuff done. Like she doesn't, if it can get done, why not do it? Why do you drag stuff? Well, that's how Belinda operates. So I can imagine how, and I know how well she runs District 7 because I work with her at the umpires, trying to make sure her games are filled in the Bridgewater, Middleborough, and EB area. But I think she's definitely being, I believe the word is modest, where she's not telling us the whole story. Because when Bob Stearns died, she had to fill some big shoes, which she knows, and everything was thrown at her. If you think about this, and I don't mean to pick on these towns, and I wish you would elaborate a little bit. I mean, she went through a lot of crap. Where all these towns, what about my town? What about my town? What about my town? And I know these presidents care, but she's a volunteer District 7 administrator that loves the game of baseball. So could you? I guess that rolls into my question, and I hope these guys should have listened to the guys. I hope I don't steal one of their questions. What advice can you give guys, girls, or men or women that want to dive into something like you did?
So the advice, you have to have a spine, right? You have to have a backbone. but you definitely have to also be able to bend and listen. I know, like, I think listening is the big key. Like, I listen to everybody because, like you said, when I came into this to fill Bob Stern's shoes, I mean, I'm still trying to fill them, let's be honest. And everybody's like, well, Bob didn't do it that way. Well, I said, well, Bob's been in it for over 40 years, and he could break and bend rules, and people, nobody questioned Bob.
Right.
But nobody questioned Bob. Anything Bob did went. Me, I'm a rule follower, if nobody understands that. I like to follow the rules. If it's in black and white, I teach it to you, I give it to you, and it's up to you to follow it, right? So, and then I just really, I think, like, I stand up for my teams. Like, I really do. I listen to the coaches, not just the presidents. I listen to the coaches, and I think a positive thing, I'm also a parent, so I get to be in the stands a lot with the parents and listen to their concerns, and then I try to bring it all back to our meetings and try to learn off that and develop a stronger district.
All right, you guys can keep on going. I'm sorry, I had to get up. I wanted to make sure she had a chance to explain that, because I know she wouldn't if I didn't lead in on the question. Because she's as humble as she is. Don't take her off because she likes to get stuff done. So you guys can go ahead. Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. So you mentioned that you're a rule follower. Would you say you're dedicated to following the rules, but you at the same time you like to get things done a certain way?
So as long as it doesn't break the rules, I figure it's like a house. If you build a foundation strong, your house is going to be great. So we start in districts, and I teach all the district teams in District 7. These are the rules. This is what Williamsport put out. This is what they sent me. This is in the rule book. This is the rules. You know, and if we don't break them from here, then when we get to sectionals and states, you're not going to break them there. Because we do have a lot of, like, for instance, something as simple as the patch, the Little League patch. You have to have the Little League physical patch, either on the chest or I believe it's the left arm, but it has to be the patch. It can't be sublimated in. It has to be the physical patch. The one thing Little League wants is the physical patch. I stress this to my guys. They put them all on. Sometimes they're falling off, they're not putting on. Then you get to sectionals now. You have people from District 11, District 8. They have them sublimated on. So my guys, why do they get that? I don't know. But then when I call the district from those district administrators from those districts, they say, I tell them all the time, they don't listen. So at least if you follow from the beginning, you'll still get things done. I feel if you follow the rules, you'll still get things done because you always have it in black and white to go back to.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. They don't want to pay attention as much as putting on a Little League patch. As simple as it is, ain't going to break their local budget buying a bunch of passes and patches and putting them on their all-star uniforms. That's a head scratcher, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's something as simple as you're only allowed 2 coaches, 1 manager in the dugout. Whether you have the game changer, the book, they have to stay in the dugout. Has to. But I enforce this to the guys. This is the rule. I know it's dumb. I don't understand it, but it's the rule. I didn't make it. I'm just telling you. Then you go on to sectionals, and you'll have guys trying to have three coaches and 1 manager, and then you're the one, if they're at your hometown, you're the one saying, hey, coach, sorry. You
exactly.
Can't talk to the spectators. Yeah, so.
How are we doing for time? Good?
Yeah, we're good.
So that actually, I'll tell you, a squirrel must have ran across my desk or something. I forgot my next question about her talking about the rules as simple as a patch. I know what it was. So you mentioned game changer, and usually, you played cat, right? You played baseball, right? You played baseball, right? So you know how they have like the scorebook?
Yeah.
Belinda, you get a kick out of this. A little bit off topic, but not too much. So I'm covering a tournament for Cal Ripken, baseball, whatever. So during the game, I want to know if you ever ran into this in the years you've been doing it. One of the coaches stops the game. He wasn't even the manager of the team, and you know how it is. Manager answers for the team. In any baseball, in any organized baseball thing. So he says, "They're batting out of order." I'm like, "What are you talking about? We already told you the master book is up in the press box, and we're going to let you know what the pitch count is between every half inning, right?" Justin's already laughing. So then he says, "I looked at Game Changer, and that's a wrong kid and the wrong number." And I'm like, Why are you looking at Game Changer? They could put John Smuckatelli down there and let you know he's number 9999. You know, when he's batting 12th out of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Have you ran in anything like that?
We actually had that this year. So it was Bridgewater versus Sandwich, I believe it was. And it was the 12th. No, so it wasn't Sandwich. Who did Bridgewater play? Martha's Vineyard.
Okay.
So we had the official, because any home game I try to do the official scoring with another person. So they gave us the official list. But in Game Changer, the guy doing the Game Changer messed it up. So when this kid comes up to bat, Martha's Vineyard stops the game, comes over to us. We're like, nope, here's the master. But in Game Changer, I was like, here's the master list. This is the official list right here. So he didn't bat out of order, nothing. So yeah. They rely too much on Game Changer.
So I got a kick out of that. The guy looked at me like I was crazy. And I was waiting for someone to come around and say, I got you. We're just kidding. But they were so sad. I'm like, you have to be a first-year coach or a first-year manager. You have to be. Game Changer is just for general how the game's playing out. So someone out of state can't pick it up. It can't be there. Can watch the game. But, with the delay.
But now with Little League is an official partner with Game Changer, so a lot of the coaches do use that as their scorebook.
But during an all-star play, is that?
Yeah, they have theirs, but we have ours in the booth. Yeah,
and the only one that matters is the official one in the booth, right? That hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. All right, young man. Whenever you're ready, I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to take a break here.
All right. Can we hold on to you, Belinda?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're going to take our first break. We are talking with District 7 Commissioner Belinda Keith, and we're going to call. We have so many more questions to ask her. We'll be back with her and more right after this.
Hello, everybody. We're back at WARA 1320 AM. We're here with Little League Administrator Belinda Keith. Belinda, are you still there? Are you still with us?
I am here. Yep,
awesome.
All right. So I'm just going to ask, how did you go about getting the position of Little League Administrator for District 7?
So I had to go to a meeting. You put your name in. You're like, okay, I want to do this. You have to go to a meeting, and then all the presidents of District 7 have to vote you in.
How long have you had the position for?
Since 2019.
Wow, so you've been there 5 years now?
5 years. Wow, yeah.
Has there been, a favorite moment of being the administrator for you in these 5 years?
So I'm going to sound a little biased right now. I've loved every moment. I've loved... I have one big moment, and then I have another, proud moment, I should say. So the big moment is Middleborough Little League making it to Williamsport in 2022. They were such a great team. The coaches were amazing. They were what I felt helped them together. They never put their heads down, even when they were behind. They cheered each other on, and they just did it. They won districts, sectional, states, regionals, and then went off to Williamsport.
Wow.
And just had an amazing time. Such a great experience for those boys. What I didn't enjoy about it is, I don't know, and I'm going to say this, is it because I'm a woman that the president at the time didn't include me in a lot? Like, I couldn't go down to Williamsport because I'm a nurse and I can't get the time off like that unless I know ahead of time. You know, texting them, asking them things, when's the parade coming home? Never included me in anything. So I kind of missed out on a lot of that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
that's
was
terrible.
kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed about that. And I know it's hard, like a woman doing baseball, no matter what anybody says. Like, it's just this year I feel like the guys are starting to trust me because they would ask me questions, then I'd say to like my answer, they would go above me and either email Williamsport or ask Don from District 8, and they'd give the same answer, but they're starting to learn. But my biggest proud moment is this year. I don't know if you guys follow it, but for District 7, our 10s, 11s, and 12s in Bridgewater all won District 7. So
Wow,
it was
that's
just
awesome.
So they all went undefeated in districts. So they went undefeated in districts. District 10, the Bridgewater 10s, they did get knocked out in sectionals, but the 11s, Bridgewater 11s, today are actually going to states, to the Final Four. So if they're playing today, if they win, they go tomorrow. The 12s, this team has never won as 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, and this year they won their district finally. Same coach and stuff. So it's just nice. And today they play at Braintree at 7:00 tonight for the sectional champions to go on to states.
Nice. Wow. That's really cool. I might go to that game.
So it's
I love
nice.
that stuff.
It's a proud moment as a district administrator and as I'm on the Bridgewater Little League board as a secretary, so it's nice.
Well, you did your time, kid. I mean, not saying that because we're old friends, but you've done your share, and you've proven all these coaches and other volunteers, and I know Middleborough has a new president. I don't know about the other towns. Yeah. And
Middleborough has a new president.
Yeah, and
he's very nice.
He is a very nice Artie. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah,
and
he's a very nice guy.
My point is, I think you've proven your worthiness to the district. And as we talk about the district, one thing I want to add to Vincent's question is, can you let us know who's in your district for people who don't know or don't remember?
Okay. Let me try my. So it's Bridgewater, East Bridgewater, Middleborough, Brockton, Potter Brockton, Wareham, Sandwich, Nantucket Island, Martha's Vineyard Island, Plymouth, Bourne. How many was that? Am I missing?
10.
Oh, and then we a new league joined. Potter Carver came back to the league. Carver used to be in our district a long time ago. They left to do Cal, but some of them are back now. So they have Carver in Plimpton made it a division league, Bogtown for District 7, and then Bourne was thinking about coming to Little League next year. So I would have them also.
So here's a dumb question. Who's beyond, if you're heading south, who's beyond what's the next district? You're it. So that's what it sounds like. If Nauset, hypothetically, or Provincetown wants to join the district, join Little League,
they're mine.
They're yours.
They're mine. Yeah.
That's a lot of teams.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
All the way in the Cape.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think people appreciate all this work it takes. I mean, I know the presidents run their league, but someone has to put all this stuff together and stand up for your towns in these district meetings. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm on the phone from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. in the morning, believe it or not.
Oh, I believe it.
Getting calls.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Even at school.
I just have, I don't know how other district administrators operate, but if a manager has a question, I don't make them go through the president. They can call me directly. I don't mind. Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. That's a lot of work for a volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I did see you get a free pizza one time, so I guess that pays it off, right? All right, guys, go ahead. I'm sorry. Just adding to your questions. Good, Jay.
Have you played or are you involved with any other sports besides Little League?
I coached cheerleading for many years. Went to Disney. I was part of the coaching staff for Pop Warner that first Pop Warner team won nationals down in Disney. So I did that. I coached soccer for a little while, but my son left soccer, so. But that's, yeah. That's it.
Well, you get yourself wrapped up pretty good. What about you? What about you, Vin? You got anything?
No. If you want to ask a question, you
All
can
right.
go ahead.
And you guys can play off me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got through all mine, so.
So what do you I'm teaching them. I'm trying to teach them how stupid you can sound on the radio. They sound better than me, but so
Yeah, they do. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
can you tell she knows me for a while? So what do you expect? If you could get anybody advice, like Artie's the new president over at Middleborough. Let's say Vincent down the line, he gets married, he has kids, and he wants to be more involved because his 3 boys and 1 girl are involved with Little League or baseball in general, and he wants to become president. What advice could you give him to jump into an endeavor like that?
So he's already become president.
Yeah. Now, or he's thinking about it, I should say.
Yeah. Before you take that leap, you have to make sure you're going in for the right reasons to represent all the kids, not just your own. Like, I know plenty of people do it. We're human. That's what we do, right? We want the best for our kids.
Right.
But in a position like that, you have to want what's best for everybody, not just your child. Because now you're the president of the league. So you're the president of, say, East Taunton. You're the president of East Taunton, so you have to do what's right for every player, not just yours.
Now, how do you feel? I mean, I know you kids just want to play baseball. And I know you're obviously an avid Little League person. But if somebody wanted to go to another league, doesn't the rule state that as long as it's not in your town, like there's not a Cal Ripken, I'll say Pony League, for an example, you can actually go over to that town, correct? You
can, but the right way to do it is you do have to get a release from your president of your league.
Right.
So, and if that's, I mean, to me, I would hope the president would just give him the release because if not, the kid's not going to play. So then you're holding back a kid from playing. If they want to play in Cal Ripken, let them go. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
But the rules are changing next year for Little League. So in 2025, if you have, say, you have a 5-year-old that's about to start T-ball, you can play anywhere.
Okay.
You can play anywhere, and as long as you play there, so say now you play there at 5, then you went to West Taunton, played there at 6, then Bridgewater you played at 7. So now you're 7. You either stay in Bridgewater for the rest of your career or go back to your town, not the ones that you play 5 or 6. But the kicker is, so if I had a little one and somebody wanted my oldest son to play for them, I can just bring the little one over there. My oldest son comes with me.
Nice. All right, so we're getting ready to take our second break? No, not yet?
No, we got time.
All right,
we got like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Sorry, I wasn't sure. He's going solo. I feel bad. I keep on looking over the kid's shoulder most of the time when he's been here. But but you have to show that release to whatever league you're going into to make it legal beagle. You just can't jump over, right?
And then they have to. So we had this issue. I can speak from experience. So we had someone that came from another town. They didn't have Little League. They came from another town. You have to get a waiver. You have to get the DA to approve the waiver, and then it gets sent to Williamsport. Then Williamsport has to approve it. So you have to do it before June 1st of the season, or they cannot play All-Stars. So we had a town for 2 years straight, and then they tried to go over my head. I told them the rules, but, it was always, we forgot. Well, I'm sorry, he can't play All-Star.
Yeah, okay.
So now the kid is 12. They finally did it right.
Right.
The kid got to play 12-year-old All-Stars this year. But you'd still do, if you're from until next year. Next year, the rules will change with the T-ball and the older kids. But right now, if you go from your town to another town, you still have to get a waiver to play. Or A, they're not covered under your insurance, and B, they won't get to play All-Stars.
Very cool.
And they can't play All-Stars the first year.
So going back to your part-time gig here, what's the biggest hoop you have gone through in your your time being the DA, the district administrator? What's the biggest hoop or stuff you've gone through, just so people have an idea? Because sometimes I think people think it's a gravy train and you're just a figure and they don't appreciate what you do. Like you already talked about, getting calls from 5 a.m. to 2 in the morning. And you're over at the school doing your nursing job and you're trying to answer calls while this poor kid's just got in a fist fight over at the school or fell down or whatever, and you're trying to do your job, and there's a lot more to it. But I was wondering, what is the biggest hoop you've seen so far?
The biggest hoop was knowing all the rules, the little technical rules that could cause your team to lose. Like there's such little rules, like make sure they have one foot in the box at all times, because if they don't, that's a strike. Make sure, you make sure the catcher has the dangling throat guard. It's knowing the little rules, because then you feel bad if you don't tell those teams, no, this is the rule, but if you don't know it, they don't know, and then the kid's getting called a strike on them, and they're like, what happened? I didn't know that rule.
All right, so
even knowing that every manager should obviously, look up. I miss the managers back in the day, like the Pimentos, when they sit in the bathroom. That was their reading material. They knew the rule books inside and out, right? We don't have that anymore. We don't have that dedication anymore.
Right.
So that people expect the district administrator to know the rules and just pass it on to them.
Right. They take it for granted sometimes, expect them to know. You guys know everything. All right, so we're getting ready to take our second break. We are talking with Belinda Keith. She's a District 7 Administrator Commissioner. She runs District 7. She has a wide area of towns on the South Shore. She covers all the way down to the Cape. We'll be back with her and more right after this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 4 Deep Sports Talk. Belinda, are you still with us?
I am.
Okay. I thought of another question during the break.
Okay.
Okay. Besides from the ones you just told us, are there going to be any other new rules next year?
Not as of right now. And they had a new rule last year that started. The Little League now does continuous batting order. There's no more like your top 9 bat and then you sub in. But not every player has to play defense, but they do, everybody bats. And then then next year they get the T-ball rule.
Oh, really? So they don't, there's no mandatory play just for batting or not for fielding anymore?
Nope, not for fielding. So, it came about with too many complaints about kids not getting in, and so coaches, I'm having a hard time managing. So now they took that feedback and they came up with, so now you don't have to manage it, just continuous batting order.
Wow, that takes the fun out of it, though. I used to like to do that. I used to put out my average kids at second base and right field, and I'd switch them off every game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's how I used to do it. And then the parents wouldn't bother me.
But I would say, it looks good. Like, I know at least in District 7, they do get all the kids into play.
Right.
In the defense. They do. So. Speaking
of complaints a little bit, we kind of touched on that. How is the complaint department going in District 7 this year? Is it been, and what's it usually about, if any?
don't think it's going that bad this year, because I'm lucky enough to have Don from District 8. Any question I can't answer, I call him right up. He answers. So everybody gets the right information. So, as long as they have the right information, they're not complaining. You do get the average complaint, about the umpires. Well, I'm sorry, it's a judgment call. You can't,
right.
Everybody wants to complain about that, but you can't protest judgment calls. So let's leave it alone and move on.
Right.
Oh yeah. And then well, that team's doing this. Well, just follow the rules. I mean, I don't know
what to tell you.
Yeah, if you want to break the rules, break the rules. But I just know I told you. That's all I care about. I told you.
Right.
And if you want to break the rules, you break them, but you got to take the consequences.
It's funny she mentioned the umpires. So Belinda knows I cover a lot with these different youth groups, different leagues. So in one game, I'll leave their name number out of, but this one administrator called me and said I was trying to get guys. They had guys in the area who wanted to do it, and I guess they covered a lot of their rec games. After the team lost by 1 run, the visiting team, the home team that won, that was hosting it, the umpires decided to hug the kids and give them their congratulations instead of being neutral and just walking off the field. And usually they have the umpires they'll give like high knuckles to the kids, both teams, and then leave. Mm-hmm. That type of deal. We've been doing that for years. So I guess these umpires that were covering the game for the game I was trying to cover decided to hug the other team. And I'm like, oh no, oh my God. And of course, the person, the guy running that district, if you will, gave me a call and told me all about it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. No, he went around, he was hugging these kids and thanking them, and I seen you when you were 9 years old. Oh, it was crazy. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's all I need. I was waiting for my phone to ring off the hook.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So are we, besides the continuous batting, which is fair, and I could see that the coaches really ain't managing. Well, they're managing to a point, but another rule I was wondering, how about the slide rule? Has that changed? Because I know in some leagues, when they get the tournament
you can only slide head first back to the base.
Back to the base. But is it a mandatory slide?
So it's not a mandatory. It's never been a mandatory. It's all in the word.
Exactly.
It's slide and avoid if you can. I recommend slide and avoid if you can.
Right.
So if they don't slide and avoid, doesn't mean they're out.
Right. Exactly. And that's what some of the
Somebody could get hurt.
Right.
But it doesn't mean they're out.
Exactly. And the umpires are always looking for malicious. So there's no must slide rule. It's looking for malicious intent to injure. Is what it is.
Yeah.
Looking for that kid that doesn't slide, and he gets in the play on the double play going from second to first. Well, now you're out because you caught obstruction, even though you were silly enough to get by the ball. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that. I've seen this so many times through the years. But now, how does your starting in January? How does it work for you as far as getting together with not just Williamsport but Dawn down in Bristol, Connecticut? How does that work for you as far as your obligation?
I'm sorry, my son just missed a ball. I'm so sorry.
I'll wait till he plays this back and hears that comment.
So as far as January, we have our meetings once a month with everybody, with the host state, with all the districts. 2 guys that represent us, the Eastern group from Williamsport, comes down to those meetings. So, we meet every month. We talk about things. We start ordering everything that we need, and just go over new rules. And then the way I do it in District 7, because, we have guys all the way down the Cape, right? So instead of having us always meeting in person, I'll try to do a lot of stuff, email, and Zoom.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, and then when it gets closer, to the district start play, that's when we start doing our in-person stuff.
What'd you say, in June when it gets a little warmer?
Yeah, we start doing, we'll have, May, June.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, why, it gets so cold in January. Who wants to take that boat ride all the way from Nantucket to Martha's Vineyard to come over, right? That's pretty cool. So now, as a parent, What type of changes would you like to see added to Little League, if any at all? Is there anything that you hear the fans talk about?
Yep. Because it affects my son personally, I see the big difference. I know a lot of people disagree, but the age, I would like to go back to the old age, the Cal Ripken age. My son's August 29th, so he misses it by 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just feel maybe like if you're, maybe August 1st, I think would be, because, they say they changed it so that they don't have 13-year-olds in Williamsport, but if you have a 13-year-old and now you're having like kids that turn 12 September 1st is more, I think, more of an advantage than having somebody that's turning, I don't know. Right. I just wish that they would go back to the old age. I just see a lot of kids suffer because we don't mature with our grade. We mature by our age, but I do see a lot of kids that need that extra 4 months.
Yeah, especially it would help them mechanically too to enjoy that level of play. And you do see, I got lucky. My son Steven, he was able to fall back one more year and play his 12-year-old year at the East, and I think that helped him out as far as confidence-wise to play at that level.
Yeah, my oldest too. He did 2 years of 12 because he was a June baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think they're only a couple of years apart. Yeah, they're only a couple of years apart. I remember that floor hockey. Yeah, they're only a couple of years apart anyway.
Yeah.
But, also, I got so much more I wanted to tell you. I should have wrote it down like these guys, but I like to wing it off the cuff, and that's when I usually embarrass myself. So let's talk about the other, besides baseball. Aren't you also responsible for the softball side of stuff as well?
Oh, yes. Softball. So in District 7, we haven't had many. East Bridgewater always had softball, and actually they've always had 2 years. 2 years, I think. They had a girl from the softball team go down to the home run derby. T-Mobile and Little League sponsor a home run derby, and a girl's always made it pretty far from East Bridgewater. Last year, I think we had someone from Plymouth, East Bridgewater, and another town go down. So you compete for the home run derby, and then you get to go down to Williamsport to compete there.
Now, are all your towns in your district, are they all playing girls softball? Are they?
No, Bridgewater doesn't. Bridgewater's independent. East Bridgewater does. Sandwich does. No. I only have a couple.
So you have EB, and what about the islands? What about Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, and Bourne?
Yeah, Martha's Vineyard, they do. But they don't do all-stars, so I don't really.
Oh, okay. So they do more like a rec thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's still under the Little League flag, though, right? It's run under the Little League flag?
Right, yeah.
So what do you say, like 4? What do you count, Jay? Like 12 towns she had or something?
No, 10.
10?
11.
11.
Oh, 11.
You missed one. You should have wrote it down, Jay.
No. I counted on my fingers, and then I went back to my thumb. So technically, I did count all 11.
Well, I almost went to my shoes.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I could look down at my feet, as well, or wiggle my toes, as simple.
Right. How are we doing? Good?
Yeah, we got a minute and a half.
All right, so Belinda, we're going to get ready to take our, minute and a half. So
minute and a half.
I get time to rumble on some more.
Of course.
Because I don't think sometimes the softball, to get back to the softball side, I don't think people actually pay attention that these girls bust their chops like the boys to play in the small diamond.
Yeah, today, this year, Little League celebrated 50 years of Grow a Game. 50 years girls have been in the Little League world this year.
Now, do they go to Williamsport as well to compete in this possible World Series?
They have their own. Theirs is earlier. Theirs is a little earlier.
But they go to Williamsport? Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, I
haven't had anybody go, so I don't see that's probably the downside of me. I'm a procrastinator, so I wait till when it happens. That's when I stop paying attention.
Well, for a procrastinator, sure get a lot of stuff done.
I am a procrastinator. All my friends will tell you that.
I gotcha.
And then they wait another 50 years, and they can celebrate 100 years.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's funny. All right, so now we're getting ready for our third break, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to step away. Belinda, we're going to maybe take you hold on to you for another 5 minutes, and you can go yell at your son, tell him to keep his eye on the ball or whatever he's doing wrong out
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we get the district administrator, Belinda Keith from District 7. We're talking Little League Baseball, a little bit of softball. We'll be back with her and more right after this. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk here on the news station. 1320 AM WARA and online, all one word. You can watch us via the 4 Deep Sports Talk website, all one word again, 4deepsportstalk.com. The District 7 Administrator, Belinda Keith, a good friend of mine that I've known for a while, she is on the phone taking her time as she gets done yelling at her son, who I don't know what he did, but I feel bad for him anyway. Let's talk one more thing before I let you go. What the first question is, I'm a novice. I don't know how to, I want my kid to play Little League. What's the easiest way to sign the kid up, you believe? What's the easiest advice you can give them?
Just, I mean, with Facebook, it's a wonderful thing, right? You just, your town, go and type in Bridgewater, like say you're Bridgewater Little League, and then it'll pop up. East Taunton Little League, it pops up, and then it gives you all the information, and then to click on, sign them up, and
heck, even I can figure that out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
Now, what about safety-wise, as far as the coaches and stuff? Do they all have to be first aid certified?
So the manager definitely has to be first aid certified, right?
Yep.
Recommend all coaches or somebody to be, they have to take a diamond leader course through Little League, and they have to print out the certificate, and they have to take a child abuse course. New this year, the child abuse course is new this year, and they have to take the test, and print out the certificate. So, like for districts, like for my district, I'll have them keep a binder of everybody.
Binder, yeah.
Right? And then they have to have those 2 certificates for every coach in that binder. If they don't, that coach cannot go in the dugout.
All right, just to elaborate it, because it almost sounds offensive, the child abuse certificate, is that the certificate where they can get first aid by, is that the one I'm thinking of, where they get,
No, so first aid is first aid, but the child abuse is more like teaching you as a coach, don't bring Johnny home by yourself if his parents can't pick him up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't, verbal abuse is the same as physical abuse. Just teaching you that, and teaching, like, things that you shouldn't do to put yourself in that predicament, and certain things, ways to, nowadays, before when my son played, like, God, the coach would be like, what the F you doing? But, and the parents would just be like, oh, that's funny. Right, but now you say that, the parents are ready to tear apart the...
And, and all right, they should. I mean, we were all brought up different ways, but when the push comes to shove, who wants to have their kid get the F-bomb thrown at him?
Yeah.
And he made a mistake, but that's the old school coaches thinking that's how he can...
I would agree to a point. I would agree to a point. I mean, it made these kids stronger and things, and these kids in the dugout are saying worse than the coaches ever thought of saying.
Right, exactly. Well, young lady, thank you for taking these 50 minutes out of your day.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'll send you the link, and we're going to put some pictures together, put it on Telview Connect, which is a national website, on our YouTube page, and maybe you can send it out to your district, and they can listen to me fumble over the English language as you as you describe exactly what people need to know about Little League baseball.
Yeah, and I'd like to wish Bridgewater 11U good luck today in states, and Bridgewater 12U, let's get the championship in and sectionals today.
And just to recap on that before I let you go, the 11-year-old is playing in the Final Four today. The winner goes to WARA Parkway. Tomorrow they go to
They're
where?
in Parkway today.
Yep.
So they're in Parkway today versus Parkway.
Yep.
Parkway's hosting all weekend.
And
then if whoever wins today goes in the championship game at Parkway tomorrow.
And Parkway, what time?
So today is 2:30 and tomorrow is 1.
1, and that's all at Parkway for the 11s.
Yeah, and then 12s are at Braintree tonight at 7.
And then if they win?
Then they go to states next week, hosted by Andover.
And that is also the Final Four?
That would be the Final Four for states, and then whoever wins that represents us in regionals.
Nice. And
Down in Bristol.
That would be cool. All right, Belinda, thank you again. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
And that is Belinda Keith District. What a nice kid, huh? I've known her for a long time. Yeah. I'm lucky that people like her donate their time and do that. And I've been fortunate. I mean, I can count on a handful how many times I run into jerks. Yeah. That's probably the cleanest way to say it. It's just like they're into themselves too much. Not that kid. She cares, or kid's there, and she's a fair person. She's not a dummy. She's a registered nurse. Works for the school system. You know what I mean? She's not an average Joe like me. And but so anyway, I was going to talk about. So we might be taking a break for a little while because I have surgery coming up, and I know your internship ends at the end of August, right?
Yeah, I go back to school.
Yeah, you go back to school. So depending, my surgery until September, but next weekend I have my granddaughter's birthday, and then after that, that would be the 27th. And we have the interview with John Parrish on the 3rd of August, so we'll be back for that. Then the following weekend I have my son's wedding. So obviously, if I don't go to that, I'll really be in trouble for Christmas. And then we'll finish up, try to get some guys on the 24th and 23rd. 24th, 31st. On July 25th, with the help of Bridgewater Access BTV, we're going to try to do the national 1270, 50-70 diamond, 1270, 12 and under, regional championship game from Acushnet, and that's going to be on a tape, and we'll edit that. That'll be fun to edit, added replay and graphics and stuff.
It'll be fun to commentate too.
Yeah, exactly. A chance to get the commentating in. I wish I got more into you. Well, I did get a little in hockey, but that was like just breaking the nervousness out of you because you never did it before. But you did fine. You know the game, so that was easy to call. Just seeing what you see. Oh yeah, Jay's done a couple games with me before. Shakes his head several times, kind of like that, like he looks now. But yeah, so hopefully we get the crew down there and I'm going to try, now that the kids get back to school, maybe we can do like a pre-basketball thing, get Attleboro in, talk North Attleboro, talk about their upcoming seasons, get some of the other local ones in here.
Blue and red,
yep. Yep, the Bombardiers and what do they call them again, North Attleboro?
Red Rocketeers.
Red Rocketeers, yeah. And when they play, I'll tell you, talk about a big youth football program. They play out of Pop Warner. They have, like, their Mighty Mites. I don't know. I think the ages used to be 7 and 10. They'd have like 6 teams. One would be called the Jets and the Bengals, and you know what I mean? It was crazy. They good feeder system for North Attleboro. Yeah. For the high school system. Excellent. But that's all I got. How we doing good on time?
Yeah, it's 12:54.
Nice. So what do you got coming up? Besides, do you have anything else going on?
No, I'm just going back to school, going back to Quinnipiac at the end of August.
Are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I love it there.
That's nice. That's good that you can go to school and you feel comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great school, great programs.
Nice.
A lot of good people.
Right. What did they win? Did they win the hockey championship this past year? Right? It wasn't hockey.
Last year they won the national championship. They beat Minnesota in overtime. It was amazing. It was awesome.
Did you go to the game?
No, it was down in Tampa, but they were trailing 2-1 with like 3 minutes left. they scored with the goalie pulled. It was 2-2, went to overtime, and won the face-off back to the defenseman, right up to the winger.
Yeah.
Winger broke in, 2-on-2, slid it across, goal, 10 seconds in,
Wow.
national champions.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's correct. Was that on like game? Well, they wouldn't call it game ticket. They probably had the Quinnipiac.
No, that was on ESPN.
Oh, it was on ESPN. Yeah,
Yeah, it was best hockey team in the nation.
that's cool. Division 2,
Division 1.
Division 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They beat Minnesota. That's right.
Yeah, they took down a bunch of NHL players.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. You got to have for the game of hockey. You got to have. I think people only get drafted, even though they can play there, and they got to have the mind. They got to be aware of the situation, like on a snap drop of the hat.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what the NHL looks at.
Yeah, no, Quinnipiac has a couple NHL alums. Connor Clifton, the Bruin player, played at Quinnipiac. Devon Tays on the Avalanche, one of their best defensemen, went there. And they just drafted the Bruins just drafted 3 players from Quinnipiac, too.
That's
that are
pretty
going to play
cool.
there this year, so.
Also, other than the mind, you gotta be a bad butt to be a hockey player.
You
as
do.
well.
You
Yeah,
do.
you do.
You can't be nervous going in the corner, especially if you're trying to fight for the puck.
Yeah.
You know, can't do that. But that's I think, so if you guys, and I might have mentioned this before, if you guys want to look up the old MIAA stats on baseball or softball, and you guys want to make a call and look for an available date, please feel free, to give them a call and let them, we'll try to get them on.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. Just with things going on with me and worrying about this operation and next operation, I'm like, not that I'm losing interest. I never lose interest.
Yeah.
But it kind of like slows you down a little bit, because I don't think I'd ever lose interest. This is too much fun,
Oh, this is so fun.
So let me ask you a question. So what would you see different in the internship? Do you think it's good basic common sense how stuff works that you get to see, or is there something you think we could do better?
I don't think so. I really thought this was pretty basic, pretty simple. Just I'm really interested in sports, so I love talking, interviewing everyone from different sports. We did cheer, we did baseball, football, everything. I think it's been pretty simple. Just learning the controls behind here took a little bit. Went to commercial early a couple times, a little late a couple times, but
It happens.
yeah,
That's how you learn.
it's been a blast.
And then, the editing part, the video side.
Yeah, the behind the scenes part.
Yeah, the part people don't see.
No, took a little bit to learn too, but now that's all simple. Just get some pictures, video, edit it down. Some mistakes if I go to commercial too early, get all that out of there. But no, it's been pretty simple. It's been really a lot of fun.
Good. That's the big thing. You want to love what you do.
And I'm learning, so.
Awesome. What about you, man? What would you like to see us do different? Anything?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I don't know how. I think we do a good job.
Okay. I just thought I'd ask you. I wasn't.
I mean,
Just curious.
obviously, we're not going to please everybody.
Yeah,
but
that's so true. You hit the nail on the head there. Luce Cabral is out. Obviously, she's doing a wedding. I should have mentioned that earlier. I apologize, Luce. I know Lou's listening back home. Catherine Conley is just working on transportation to get herself back here. You probably haven't seen any links on the TikTok page, but I get those brackets. I'm going to text over to her so she can get everyone caught up on TikTok, at least for Division 7. And again, we want to thank Belinda. What do we got, like a minute left?
Yeah, like a minute right now.
So we want to thank Belinda Keith for calling in, again, the District 7 administrator. We threw a lot at her, a couple different angles. Very nice of her taking the time. You could hear her yelling at her son in the back. I'm only kidding. But you could hear her go, oh, when her son made that mistake.
She's passionate, right?
Right. You got to love the passion. You got to love it.
You're going to need it.
Well, mistakes show he's learning because he's human.
Yeah, absolutely. So this show might re-air next weekend. We'll let you know. It might, because I get a lot of birthday parties to go to. So for Vincent Quill, our main guy from Quinnipiac University, the sports master himself, Justin Ferreira, Luce Cabral should be back. Again, waiting on Catherine Conley. I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed this hour of 4 Deep Sports Talk. We had the distinct pleasure, which I like to say, as we highlighted District 7 Little League Baseball. We'll be back with her. Well, we'll be back hopefully next weekend. We'll let you know. Please check out our Facebook page, our Twitter link. Facebook is at F Deep Sports Talk, and 4 Deep Sports Talk on Facebook. We will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.